Selamlar, and welcome back to the Ottoman campaign in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. And it seems the British wants war once again. Why is there no, Okay, weird things happen when you load a save sometimes. I thought we were going to war, but I think that'll happen next turn. Anyway, we're getting some money, even if we are building a lot of stuff. Let's see, you are suspended this turn. We are also refitting some battleships. The Isa Celebi class battleships are getting refit with new Mark IV 13-inch guns. And basically just better everything. We are around 3 years away from getting Radar Rangefinder 1. We're gonna get Mark IV 5-inch guns very soon. My destroyers will like that. And we've gotten Mark IV 7-inch guns. We're also getting modern battleships, which means a lot of these dreadnought hulls will go obsolete. So maybe we're gonna have to design a dreadnought before those disappear. Let's see, who's fighting who now? Britain is fighting Germany and the Soviet Union. They're almost allied to France. That's fine. I was kind of getting ready for a war with Britain, but it seems that'll have to wait until next turn. I'll just resume you so that you two can be completed more or less at the same time. And we're then just gonna suspend these 3 heavy cruisers for just for a month. Because this is taking up a bunch of my my shipbuilding capacity, the refits. Anyway, on to next month. And here we go. Here is Britain trying to shake me down for money. And now we are at war. And Britain also has a bunch of military conflicts around. So, let's see. We just got those Mark IV 5-inch guns. I actually want to make this not get researched too early. Getting modern battlecruiser. Large light cruiser goes obsolete. I didn't think that would go obsolete. That's weird, because we're just not getting anything that can really replace it. But that's fine. I've got a design based on that hull already. That's not a big deal. I got 2 powder 2 now, by the way. Not mines. Torpedo propulsion. Gas turbine propulsion. That'll be handy. Yeah. We're getting any nice new destroyer hulls? Not really. Anyway, war with Britain. And I am pretty sure we're gonna get France too. France is the one I really wanted to fight. Because, as you can see, they are the richest nation currently. With a GDP of over $1 trillion. And growing at a very high rate. We're not too bad either. 300 million. We are the second biggest economy in the world, We have surpassed Britain. So, let's see. I want those battleships refit. These two are being commissioned. I can suspend Buroklu again. Now, I think I found the... I have refit, by the way, my destroyers and torpedo boats. Made sure their torpedoes work. And watching some older footage, the Aussie class light cruiser. Is it? No, this one. Mahmoud Pasha Angelovich. I think the torpedoes are busted on these. So let's fix them. And I will show you what that problem was. And now I can make these Mark IVs as well. So that's fine. Okay. So it looks like these torpedoes work, right? No problem here. But there is. See, the game is just lying to me. Now, let's set this to... If we're gonna refit them anyway. Balanced spoilers. That takes our... Come on. Maintenance down from 2,669,000 down to 2.3 million. We're saving 300,000 per month. Just by doing that, and that's a good idea. We can give them Citadel 5 now. Citadel 5 is very good. Let's bump these up to 24-inch. So now they definitely don't work. Oxygen torpedoes. You work here. You work here. And see? No. No worky there. Even that doesn't work. Even if it looks like you got a lot of space. Now if you put that there, just have it traversed, even that doesn't work. So I think that was the problem with my torpedo boats. Like, most of the time, the torpedoes worked as intended. But if one of them turned at a in a certain way, while the others didn't, like maybe if one got that's gonna be equal to 19 inches. That is a hefty belt on a light cruiser. So if one torpedo tube turned, then got destroyed and locked in place, that just locked up all the torpedo tubes. I think that's what happened to those torpedo boats in that battle. Now, let's make sure all of these work as intended. I don't think this is going to be a problem. These main gun turrets. I got a lot of space around them. Same with this one, I think. Yeah, no problem. This one too. These ones. See? The game is once again lying to me. We're gonna replace that 3-inch gun with a 3-inch triple. And these will just have to be singles, because the singles have different models. That are smaller and rounder. I think I can fit in more here. If I just find the right pixel to put it on. Yes, you work there. One more pixel forwards. Yes. Alright. It's gonna be a 2-month refit, but at least now my secondaries and my torpedoes work. Had to drop one launcher though, which is sad, of course, but it works. Can I make these 3-inch guns 3.9s now without going overweight? No, I can't. I cannot. Let's just leave them like that. Big upgrade for this light cruiser class, and they're still cheaper than they were, at least to keep in service. So I don't want to mess with changing the engines. I don't want to risk making them more expensive. You can do that. Make them a little bit more tanky. Sure, that's fine. Let's save that design. I really built a lot of these, didn't I? 35,000 tons. It's gonna be a 2-month refit. We're gonna have to suspend these cruisers again. Just for a bit. Yeah, we are expanding the shipyards though, so that is good. Now, Britain. What are we gonna do about you? We're trying to invade poor little Germany here. We don't have a navy for it. At least not a task force in the area, and the Germans are responding. You got rebellion problems popping up all over the place. Now, where is the British Navy? They've got 5 battleships and 3 battlecruisers. Somewhere. Are they in port? Task force is 5. Are they in port or hiding? Oh, no. Here we are. The light cruiser. There we go. That's a big force. You are heading over here. They don't have anything else. I assume they do somewhere. Anyway, let's send out the fleet. Karachi. We got a big fleet in Karachi. We're gonna have to crew them up. My dreadnoughts are being refit for 1 more month, so they can actually wait. Let's send out the battle cruisers. We got 2 of the new ones here, the Emissaries. They're gonna be fun to try out. You know what? Let's take Ooh, yeah, these are the big light cruisers. They're called Yavuz. I forgot to recruit you. Yeah, let's send the battle cruisers out to the Irish Sea and start an invasion of Ireland. Where is Yavuz? There you are. Swoop. Let's do Northern Ireland first. We got a bunch of cruisers here. 6 armored cruisers in this task force. Abdul Hamid and Mahmoudiyya. I think you can stay in port and maybe do some like raiding stuff. And we can bring along these newer cruisers. The Z class. Nice. Those two I need to crew up as well. They will probably have a good time getting missions. Like convoy missions and stuff. There we are. Remember to set you two on sea control. Let's see if they actually generate some missions. They're in Bay of Biscay though. You can set them here to Ponta Delgada in the North Atlantic. Which should... I don't know, do they actually have any... No, Britain does not have anything in the North Atlantic. They got stuff in the Central Atlantic, so we're gonna send them there. Bissau. It's gonna slightly overload the port. It's not a big deal. Let's go to next month and see what happens. And that looks like I get a strike mission. Yes, I do. From province Bangladesh against Eastern India. Now, let's take on Northern Ireland. I don't need much to take Northern Ireland. Let's do Ireland first. Actually. Then I can detach a couple ships to take Northern Ireland after that. If I'm lucky, the invasion circle will be centered on Dublin, and the next one on Belfast, so I can do both at once. Let's go take Bangladesh. Are you not recruit automatically there? Battleships? No, because you were being refit. So I'll have to do that manually. Yeah, I'm gonna take Bangladesh from you before you have time to take Eastern India. I am also gonna send something to take Eritrea from you, which doesn't seem to be much needed. It doesn't seem like I will need much to take it, is what I was trying to say, clumsily. A couple cruisers should do. Like so. Pseudo battlecruiser force. Engage. Oh, you are trying to... The Soviet Union is trying to invade Hong Kong. Ah. Alright. I had completely missed the fact that the Soviet Union now has kind of a navy. Barely. Well, Britain, I think you're gonna have to contend with a few more naval invasions in the months come. We might have to... I was sure France would get dragged along into the war with Britain, but I see now their relation has dropped. So I think that was France just going, nope, not getting involved. But they will get involved. Even if it means me involving them directly. -7 with France. Perfect. Modern battlecruiser. Yeah, see, here we go. We can take Belfast and Dublin in one strike. But first, I need to take Bangladesh. Or do I? No, I don't. My army, for once, outnumbers the enemy. Even here, we're not that badly outnumbered. Yeah, we're just gonna take Northern Ireland while we're at it. Get both with the same task force, so my battle cruisers can move out and do stuff. Here's the big force. Thank you. I was looking for that. What do you have? 4 battleships, 2 battlecruisers, 3 heavies, 3 lights. Seems like a job for the Constantinople force. No cruisers here though, so I'll just have to improvise and get some other ships to join. They're actually they're invading Puerto Rico. I'll be there in 1 month. These can be cruisers. You can join in. Yeah, that should work. Yeah, I just want to take Eritrea from them. I have to use my political actions to start naval invasions, so I'll just have to rely on France getting mad at me on their own. Let's see. We have to do this again. Actually, we can. Oh, that's a huge difference. -22. We can easily do that. Yeah, set it to 80%. -22 million a month. That's not bad. All right. Let's see if France joins in. Because there's a lot of stuff I want to take from France. We're getting strikes. Britain gains Puerto Rico and Eastern Poland from the Soviets. Yeah, we're doing both of these at once. Enjoy losing Ireland. My battleships will be here soon. Both joining up and then attacking the enemy. So that should be a battle. Now let's just open an invasion of Eritrea. I had to double check that's what the province is called. Yeah, I don't need much to do that. And then I want to take... we are actually attacking for once. Then I want to take Bangladesh. And then I want to send some ships over here to deal with this. Need to resume some construction here. Which means, of course, I have to like bump this down a little bit more, but only for a couple months until those ships are finished. Buraklu class battlecruiser. These will be fun to use. Now, the modern battleships, 3 months. I'll have to design some dreadnoughts on those hulls before then. Before they go away. That's why I'm using all 3 of my priorities to actually delay this. That's strat you rarely see, I guess. Alright, let's see if we get a battle. Oil discovery. Northwest Italy. Nice. And here we go. That is a battle. Vengeance class battleships. We have seen these before. Well, we've seen one of them in the previous war. Now we're fighting 4 of them. And 2 resistance class battlecruisers. Which I think the last resistance we fought was a refit. This original one is probably better because the AI has a habit of refitting ships to make them worse. So yeah, this could be a bit of a fight. We got the brand new is no good of the Wadaloff class. It should be the other way around, but okay. Not to be confused with the pre-dreadnought of the same name. We got the refit by Zid Pasha. We got the refit Mesadia class, Gungarmez, which now has a name. This was the BB bunch of numbers. Isa Celebi, Mehmed Celebi, both refit recently, straight out of the shipyard. I'm a little bit curious to see if the A turret actually works, because that was being a bit weird. The new Mark IV 13-inch gun turret model is, first of all, kind of ugly, and second of all, a little bit wider than the Mark IIIs. So it kind of looked like it would work, but it also kind of looked like it might not. So we're gonna have to find out. Destroyers and torpedo boats all now have oxygen torpedoes, so 17-kilometer range. I'm gonna do a backup save before this, just in case it crashes or something. Yeah, this will be a fight. So, after 30 minutes of milling about, we now have a battle that might last 30 minutes, and that will be today's episode, I guess. All battleships together. Battle cruisers will have to pretend to be heavy cruisers. These are the large light cruiser. Could probably refit these with Mark IVs. You can just follow the battle cruisers, torpedoes off. These are the ones we just refit with hopefully functioning torpedoes. Torpedo boats, you're gonna have fun today. The DDs as well. So for the torpedo boats, I also had to reduce the number of launchers. You cannot put quad or quintuple launchers on torpedo boats, just triples. But see how far apart I had to put them to make sure they worked. I could put them a little bit closer, but not close enough to get a fifth launcher in here, so I erred on the side of caution. But definitely the destroyers here with the quintuple launchers, less gap than that was just not possible. I had to make a lot of changes to those destroyers to make them to make the torpedoes work, which meant cutting out the turret. But now they've got twin turrets instead of singles, so same number of guns. Yeah, they had 4 singles before, right? Yeah, I think so. What is -3 doing? What is -3 doing? Is it that hard? Let's... Oh, you have seen combat before. You are all damaged. Some more than others. So. Vengeance class battleship. Many bulkheads. Spacious quarters. Plus beam and draft. 13-inch main belt, but that second inner belt at 5.3, that's equal to 21.2. So that's not bad. But with cordite and picric acid 3, could be explosive. So is no good is leading the charge. The new is no good with her Mark III 16-inch. This one is following one of the old Bayazids, refit with Mark III 16s. Gungarmez, Mark III 14s now. Also refit. Had to make some changes to her as well. And here, Isa Salebi with the new, quite ugly Mark IV 13-inch guns. Let's, we're gonna find out if that A turret actually turns, or if it's stuck. If it's stuck, I'm just gonna treat it as additional ammunition. These are pretty nice guns though. Almost 30-kilometer main gun range. Also give them new funnels and new towers. The towers look the same. There were some other towers available to this hull. But they didn't fit. They didn't fit on that kind of narrow forecastle. Where you have to put the main tower. Let's have these rather fragile battlecruiser things fall in behind. I think the destroyers will just launch from the front, while the torpedo boats work their way up alongside the enemy line. Now you can slow down to... Oh yeah, your cruising speed has gotten a bit better because you've got turbo electric drives. At least Is No Good has. Yeah, you all do. So, max cruising speed is 17 knots. That's not bad. Let's have you just smoke up. You've gotten kind of expensive. I don't want to have you just blapped out of the water by battleship main guns. Is No Good, already opening up with a pretty decent chance to hit. Bit of lag there. More guns are opening up. I'm just gonna get these torpedoes in the water and then I'm gonna pick some targets for the main guns. Also, all your guns are off. Torpedoes are on. Launching from a safe range. Hopefully you're all gonna get home safe. And my torpedo bolts already have range from this far away. See, Is No Good. Long name. Gungarmez. Isa Celebi and Mehmet Celebi. Torpedoes are hitting. Oh yeah. You took a big one. You three are getting away. Now, torpedo boats. Princess Royal leaving the pack. Alright. Hopefully you're all getting home safe. There we go. Lots of torps hitting already. And the torpedo boat torpedoes haven't even arrived yet. Flash fire on the light cruiser. Dash 3 took some damage. The rest of the destroyers are completely unharmed. Battle cruisers can speed up. Yeah, this is starting to look like some kind of turkey shoot again. There we go, torpedoes are arriving. Many of them are missing though. Bit of bad luck with the spread there. Hindustan had an ammo detonation. Hercules is probably gonna sink. Yeah, there she goes. One battleship down. Let's take a look at the latest heavy cruisers from Britain. Yeah, these do not look bad at all. This is a, it's got the third inner belt, equal to 18. No radar that I can see. But that's a good looking cruiser. Oh. Yeah, I just saw they had done 93,000 damage, but all of that was to this one destroyer. So, that just damage versus destroyers being kind of weird. Nothing much to worry about. I'm gonna send the light cruiser home. Not really needed. Girtep can target a an armored cruiser. Now I need to pick out new targets for my my big guns, because they are all targeting different things now that they shouldn't be targeting. You are on fire. But you're okay. Let's put you on the thumbnail, maybe. Brand new class. Why not? Is no good, hasn't done too much. Not you either. Isa Salebi, Mehmed Salebi. Mehmed Salebi has done a bit. Let's see, there we go. Just did a bit more. Ooh, Girtep, you just took a bit of damage there. Yeah, your armor is not the thickest. But I think with the refit and getting that third inner layer, they should be pretty good. I was taking half-build pens though, so maybe that third layer wouldn't have helped anyway. And Carnarvon has a bunch of torpedoes. What kind of torpedo range? 9 kilometers. You have launched. Good tap. Probably want to turn. Yeah, this one was the one targeted by torpedoes. I got most things under control here on Gurtep. Not too bad. Well, they are playing with these two battle cruisers, armored cruisers. Or actually real heavy cruisers, I guess they are now. My main gun line is pounding the British battle fleet. Yeah, we're about to sink a couple more battleships now. Hindustan. Not looking too hot. Repulse. Took some big salvos. Wow, okay. Was that even launched at you? Is no good. Bring these back in. You know what? Might have to take care of these two cruisers. All secondary guns. Who did you target with that launch? Is no good. Should be fine. Hindustan sinks. Another battleship down. Princess Royal goes down. knocking out their torpedoes, a lot of them. Deck launchers knocked out. Got one underwater tube left. Yeah, Grafton is gonna sink. These are electric torpedoes. That's why I haven't seen them yet. Oh, there's the one. It's gonna miss. Very slow though. Speed back up. I need those big 16s targeting big ships. There we go. We got another flash fire on repulse. Maybe like this, and the flash fire in the background. Although that is kind of spoiling the battle if I use it as a thumbnail, isn't it? And the flash fires are spreading, and repulse is done. You can drop down to your cruising speed of, wow, 26.9? That's a respectable cruising speed there. That's faster than the top speed of many ships. You're pretty much going at the perfect cruising speed already, thanks to your flooding. Coincidence 4. Yeah, that could be upgraded. King Edward and Zealous are their last two capital ships. But I think Zealous will sink now very soon. It'll be fun to see if maybe if I get some months of peacetime between this war and the inevitable war with France. If these new dreadnoughts I've built, if they can be refit with the new refit towers, if I've got some. So I think I've got them now. And that's possibly one of my favorite parts of DIP. Is that you get access to a bunch of towers for refits. So you can make your refit dreadnoughts actually look like dreadnoughts that have been refit in the 1930s or something. Which will be the case. Other than, instead of just as it would be the case in vanilla, where you just have a 1910s dreadnought that looks like a 1910s dreadnought but has a bunch of 1930 technology in it. Zealous goes down. King Edward still sailing around. barely. We got some light cruisers as well. Ahmed Zalebi, you can target Juno. There we go. Are we gonna see a flash fire on King Edward as well? It's possible. There we go. Called it. Am I psychic? Or do I just know what tends to happen when you got Cordite 1 and Pyric Acid? These are new light cruisers. They look good. They look really good. They're affordable-ish. I mean, mine are cheaper, but for a almost 1930s light cruiser, this isn't bad. A little bit slow. Well armored. But no torpedoes. Just a bunch of Mark III 6-inch guns. Alright. If they've got no torpedoes... There goes King Edward. They got no torpedoes. Might as well just bring these guys in real close. I'll double check. Yeah, no torps on any of them. That means my light cruiser, my battle cruiser, which is built on the hull called a large light cruiser, has nothing to fear. These 6-inch guns aren't getting through anything. Except maybe superstructure, but that's... whatever. See if we can finish this off. Gladiator. There we go. Good salvo there. And the 6-inch guns are even putting in some work. Nice. That's a perfect win. Some very light damage taken. Is no good, took a torpedo, but just kept on trucking. Dash 3 took a 17-inch hit, I think. Yeah, 17. That hurt. But that was about the extent of it. Of the damage taken. Good tip took some 10-inch penetrations on the aft belt. Is no good with that one torpedo. But that was about it, yeah. Lots of torpedoes sinking Hercules. King Edward. Mainly done in by, well again, torpedoes, but mainly the 16s. Repulse. Mainly targeted by 13s. Hindustan. 14 standard torpedoes. Princess Royal, 13s, once again. 14s and 13s, mainly 13s. Doing in Zealous. You can tell there's a difference between the Mark 4 13s and the Mark 3 14s. I forgot to check if my my A turrets worked on the 13s, but even if they didn't, the BXY turret certainly put in some work. We could just say agree, because the war is going to keep going as long as I've got these naval invasions anyway. Now let's invade Bangladesh. 48,000 tons, easy. Britain's trying to invade Sarawak or Borneo. Probably Sarawak, kind of difficult to tell. But they ain't got no ships to do it. And they got some cruisers hanging around somewhere. Mainly here. It said they had 10 cruisers. Oh, probably here. Yeah. 7 heavies, 9 lights. If these are the same light cruisers as we just fought, they don't have any torpedoes. They shouldn't be too difficult to deal with. So yeah, we can deal with that. And then maybe the British army logistics will actually drop. Hopefully, maybe. But you'll have to find out next time. And next time we also have to design some dreadnoughts before those hulls disappear forever. What kind of guns do we have available? Almost the Mark IV 14s. We're getting Mark IV 11s and then Mark IV 12s. That's fine. We can hold off on the torpedoes. I want to get those Mark IV 12s for the new battle cruisers. I think they would benefit from that. Goodbye, and take care.